So that was entitled
Canto de Sogno. And I like to use that as a first or an opening song because of its chant-like quality. This is one of many songs that Baden Powell composed, but this is one of a specific group of songs that he and Vinicius de Moraes, the lyricist, wrote together. They had an idea that they wanted to take rhythms from African religion and combine those rhythms with Brazilian music and call them the Afro Sambas. This was unheard of in the early 1960s, to acknowledge that the music was African-based. Jazz wasn't doing that. Rock music, for the most part, wasn't doing that in the United States. But here in Brazil, they said, listen, this is our roots. These rhythms are coming from African religion, and we want to use them. So in that particular song, they took a rhythm that was for the god Osonia. And the god Osonia was the person you prayed to, or you tried to get his attention, or you advocated to. He was the god of potions. So in other words, if you wanted to cast a love potion on someone, you played this rhythm on the drum. So, or if you wanted to cast a potion on your enemies, that you would conquer them in battle, something like that. The god of potions. So Baden and Vinicius took that rhythm and put harmony to it. And then they put a melody to go with it. Vinicius de Moraes wrote words to go along with it. So this is one of my favorite songs. And as I say, I like to start off with it because now I've conjured up, or I've prayed to Osania. I've cast a love potion on you, whether you realize it or not. And you're going to love this music. I am very fortunate to be playing with these musicians tonight. Our schedules don't always coincide. And on bass, we have someone who I've known for we're talking about over dinner, probably 25 or 30 years. Someone had suggested to me that I contact him and that we might fit together musically, and that person was right. We did fit together right from the beginning, and we've been doing it for 30 years. From São Paulo, Brazil, as by way of Rio de Janeiro, by way of East 15th Street in Manhattan, by way of Cresco, New Jersey, the one, the only, Nilson Matta on bass. And 30 years ago, when Nilson and I were first getting together, this other musician, didn't even exist. But he has become a musical compadre of mine. We've done some performances together, and again, we've just clicked. Even though he's young, it's okay. From Curitiba, Brazil, Graciliano Zambonin on drums. So as you've probably figured out by now, we're playing the music of Baden Powell. He was, in my opinion, the guy for guitar, for Brazilian style guitar. And one of the things, I think it's in the liner notes, or the program notes, I said that I love Baden because I could hear a little bit of everything. I could hear European classical music, I could hear African music, I could hear all the styles of Brazilian music, bossa nova, choro, samba. Everything was in his playing in one song. So we're going to be playing 5 or 6 of his songs. The next song, I think Nilson can talk a little bit about it because Nilson had the privilege of playing with Baden Powell. This next song, Pra Que Chorar, you played with him? You performed this song with him?
Yeah, this was such a long time ago, 71, 72 in Brazil, and I was young at that time.
Your hair was done?
And I got an invitation to replace his bassist, and I said yes, of course. It's a great composer, and he surprised me all the time because he couldn't only play Brazilian music, but he was playing classical music in the middle of the concerts. And this song, particularly this one here, we play together, and it's called Pra Que Chorar, Why We Have to Cry, or something like that. And it's very interesting composition. It's more into the samba than bossa nova, because same era. He wrote this in the 60s, so I hope you like it. And Joe brought us here to play Baden music, and that's one of my particular favorite in this one. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right, let's do it. So the next song, there's a typo in the program. I reversed the words. The correct title is Tempo Feliz, not Feliz Tempo. But it means the same thing, happy time. And I think this was probably one of the first Baden Powell songs I heard. I have an older brother who's, I think he's 6 years older than me. He was always a lot hipper than me because he was older. And I remember him telling me, he says, I must have been 10 years old. And he said, you gotta check out this guitar player. And he knew that I played guitar, he played guitar. And I said, okay, sure. So it was a Baden Powell recording, and this song was on there. And out of the probably 8 songs on the LP, the record, this is the one that stood out to me. I remember very specifically at 10 years old or so saying, wow, there's something about that song. There's something about the melody. It's just, I like it. So we're going to play that for you right now. Just need to remember how we're doing this because we changed it in the rehearsal a little bit. So those of you who are of a certain age, and it's not all of you in this room, but some of you in this room, remember when the first man went up to space. It was the Russians, I should say the Soviets, who sent up a man in space first before the Americans. And the spaceship was called the Sputnik. Well, this was the late 1950s, I want to say 59 or so. Baden decided to write this song in commemoration of that great event. And it was a great event. So this is his song, U Astronaut or Intro. And for a long time, I didn't play this song. This is one of those songs that I liked, but I didn't really play. But Nilson happens to be in a group called Trio de Paz, which is made up of himself on bass. In fact, he's like a founding member of this trio. And a wonderful guitar player named, what's his name? Homero Lubambo, and the Duca Don Fonseca. And they recorded this song, and I heard it, and I said, you know, it reminded me that I should probably play this song also. It's a good song. So thanks for reminding me that this is a wonderful song.
Yes, it is. I hope they like it.
Well, we're going to find out. If they don't like it, they can always get their money back. That's guaranteed.
All right. That's good.
One, two, one, two. So from the program notes, you can see that the next song is not a Baden Powell composition. It was composed by Venetius de Moraes, but Baden loved this song. He played this, I think, 9 out of 10 times when he performed. This was included in this program. And it's from a play that Venetius de Moraes had written, and which later became the movie Black Orpheus. This song was in the play. It didn't make it into the movie for whatever reason. And it's Valse de Eurydice, or Waltz for Eurydice. Eurydice was one of the 2 principals in the movie, female lead. So from there, we will go into probably Baden's most well-known song. Some think it's one of the Afro Sambas. There's some debate on whether it actually is or not. I'm not quite sure. I tend to think it isn't. But some people, when they record or perform the Afro Sambas, they include this song. It's the Berimbau. And the Berimbau itself is an instrument, an Afro-Brazilian instrument. It has its roots in African music. It's a wooden bowl with 1 metal string, and sometimes it's used in capoeira, when the Brazilian martial arts. And it's a very distinctive sound. And Baden Venetius wrote Berimbau, trying to imitate that sound. So first Valse de Eurydice, and then, at some point, Berimbau. So as I started to say at the beginning of the concert, you know, Baden's output, songs he wrote, was phenomenal, the number of songs. And I'm still discovering, I've been studying his music since late 1980s. And I'm still discovering music that I didn't know about before. And this next song is one of those songs. I came across it by accident. I had it on an LP, I think I had it on a CD also, and I listened to it, but it didn't really make an impression on me, I guess, the first time I heard it. But recently I listened to it again, I said, wow, this is, you know, this is a good song, a great song. And when I brought it to the concert today, Nilson and Graciliano had never heard it before, or wasn't aware of it. So it's one of those more obscure Baden Powell songs. And it's called Samba de Pichinho, or the chicken song. And we're going to do it for you right now. Graciliano will begin it. agreement says that was the last song we've done now. We have one more. So we're going to finish as we began with one of the Afro songs. There's just something about this next song, Consolacion. It's just, we were talking about it. We tried to decide what songs to play, and we all kind of said we should do this song. We all have a deep affection for this song. I'm not sure what it is. Is it the African rhythm? Is it the melody? Is it the earthiness of the song? I'm not sure, but it's one of those special songs. So we start with an Afro samba. We end with an Afro samba. I'd like to thank you all for coming out tonight. And I'd like to please join me in thanking as well as the musicians for joining me tonight. Once again, on bass, Nilson Matta. And on drums, Graciliano. We'd also like to thank Professor Golda and his class for taking care of the live streaming tonight. Thank you. And also special thanks to our sound engineer. I'm not sure if he can see us or I can see. He is. Okay, he's here. Paul in the sound booth in the back. So let's do this.
Consolacion. All right.
All right, we okay? Good?
I saw the map.
Yeah. It's like we go here. No, we change it. We go over here next. And then you go there. No.
Otherwise, I have to use the GPS.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
those of you requiring attendance for this class, I just happen to have the attendance sheet right here that you can sign in. Let's start right there.
Yeah, John.
Yeah.